when it comes to making money from snail farming, it's about your stocking. The money in snail farming is in the numbers. So it is either from your stocking or from your leverage. Now, we got somebody this morning. They say he wants to start up a snail farm and he wants to stock with 25 pieces of snail. Now, this is actually the reason why I'm doing this video. We've been told so many times that you can just start snail with little pieces of snails. You with 50 pieces of snail, with 100 pieces of snail, patience, space of time, you make millions from the system. Now, this is not true. This information is the reason why we have so many dropouts in snail farming. We've seen so many people that have started from their backyard with all the information, even got trained, and yet still get stuck and pull out of the business. It is because the information that they got is wrong. You cannot start a snail farm and your target is final consumer. Now, your target is final consumer and you want to sell every snail that you supply in this consumer from your farm from 50 pieces of snail. It's not going to happen. And then somebody now coming to say he wants to start with 25 pieces of snails. Now, I'm not blaming this person because the information that is flying all around is that you can start with 50 snails and you can turn into a millionaire within 1 year or so. Now, it's not going to happen. You can't become a millionaire from snail farming with 50 pieces of snails. Now, let's do a rough calculation here. You agree with me that the marginatas, their maximum numbers of eggs they're going to lay for you is 13 eggs, right? Now, so you start off with 25 snails, you start off with the 50 snails. These 50 snails are going to be giving you eggs. They are all not going to be giving you 13 eggs because they are going to be laying from the range of 2 to 13. This means that you're going to be getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 at different clutch of their laying. Now, every snail is going to be laying these numbers. Do not also forget that all the 50 snails that you have, all of them are not going to lay at the same time. They are all not going to lay the same week. They are all might not going to be laid in the same month. Now, you have the maximum of 13 eggs. These 13 eggs, let's say, now they're all not going to be laying 13 eggs as well because the amount of eggs are going to be given to you depends on the nutritional benefit or the nutritional meal they are getting, the conduciveness of the housing, and then the age of the snails. So the feeding, the housing, the humidity, and all of that boils or controls the amount of eggs you'll be getting in return. So all are not going to be giving you 13 eggs across. That's one. All the eggs are not going to hatch into babies. And even the ones that hatch into babies, not all of them are going to turn into adult snails. So if your mindset is that you're starting with 50 snails because somebody said you can start in your backyard with 50 snails and start growing your farm from there, you start making more snails and more snails, it's not going to work. I understand that this message, some farmers will hate me for it. Some smart individuals are going to take correction from this. And then, yes, if the message doesn't hit somebody, then it's not a message, right? So you need to understand that in snail farming, we grow, we don't blow. It's a process. You need to keep growing it. So if you start with 50, and they are all not going to be giving you the maximum numbers of eggs, some are going to be giving you less. Sometimes you might get 4, you might get 6, you might get 7. Now, let's take an average of 7. So if you got 7, and all these 7 are not still going to turn into babies, and even these 7 that turns into babies, if it eventually happens, not all of them are going to grow into jumbo or grow into point of lay. Some of them are going to die in their first day, 1 week. So because these are living things, so death is inevitable. Now, the message here is if you are planning to rear for consumer, you must keep in mind that you need to leverage on other farmers. You need to leverage on other farmers, existing farmers, where you can get stocks in their numbers. Whatever stock you are doing with 50 snails should be for practicing how snail works, how snail grows, understanding it so that you put in your money and then you know what you are getting back. So, for you to make money starting small, you must leverage on bigger farms where somebody wants 100 pieces of snails, you don't have 100. You can meet these existing farms, get the 100, get your little profit, make the supply. That's how you will make money. But if your mindset is telling you you wait until you grow that egg to large before you start selling, 2 years you're still there. I'm telling you, 2 years you're still there. Because do not forget that the period you are keeping these snails, you're spending money on them because you're feeding them. And please do not be deceived. When we say snail farming is cheap to feed, it's not like it's a zero cost. You still spend money in it. The difference is that when you compare it with other livestock, it's cheaper relatively. But this does not mean that you're not spending a dime in it. You're still spending money. So the fact that you're keeping these snails from the egg back to when you want to sell them, you have to feed them. And as you are feeding them, these snails are taking money from you. Now, if you want to make money from snail farming, you want to make money from snail farming with little snails, the, the secret is leveraging on other farmers, leveraging on existing farmers, leveraging on existing source. So that when your customer comes, when your snails are still few, you get from your source, you do the supply, and then you keep your profit. But just have it in mind that there is no way you're going to be making money in 12 months from your own 50 snails, because this is the wrong narrative that is flying. You can start rare and start selling from your snails. No, because to start with, even if these 50 snails grows and get some babies that also grows into adult, you need to add them to your foundational stock so that the numbers increases to continue the process, recycling. Snail farming is all about recycling. You keep doing it over and over for the money to come. So if your mindset is to rear 25 snails, 50 snails, 100 snails, and you want to supply the final consumer from your own stock, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you. The only way that will happen if you are doing a turnover. You sell off, you replace. You sell off, you replace. Apart from that, there's no way you're going to earn money in 12 months with 50 snails. I hope this makes you well. And this is ROOVISION Snail Farming. As always, with care. And do not forget to share, like, and share to somebody that actually needs this information. It's going to help somebody today. Join us in our next one. Peace.